In this video, I'm going to take you with me through 2 customs raids that I had as a solo and show you exactly what I was doing and what I was thinking explained afterwards. You're going to see the clips, and all of the audio that you're hearing now is recorded afterwards, so I'm going to break down exactly what I was thinking and what I was doing and things like that. This can serve as a sort of guide for people who have watched my other videos and you guys have really enjoyed seeing these sort of videos where I explain my situations and things like that. So I thought I'd make another video on customs since it's my favorite map and you can watch and see exactly what I do and what's going on inside my head. If you guys enjoy this video, hit that like and subscribe button and enjoy. So as you could see, we spawned by the giving tree. So I quickly checked the tree and I checked the med bag, and then from there we go into Fortress. I've said it before, I really like going into Fortress. There's a lot of loot to be had there and you get a lot of action generally because it's the center of the map and PMCs like to go there. So initially, we sort of just running around Fortress and doing a little bit of looting. It sounds pretty quiet, so no real dangers, and I tend to loot the dark room and things like that. Once I've looted the dark room, I go into the other room on the ground level. I guess you can call it the med room because there's generally some med spawns in there, and I loot that one as well. These are my 2 favorite buildings to loot on customs. Generally my bag gets very full, and it is just good loot in general. After that, since we're planning to eventually leave the building, I go up top to do a sort of quick scan of my surroundings to see if there's anyone around me and if I should be worried about anybody as I'm leaving the building. And that's when we see this guy who's coming over from mechanic and running towards construction. Now I try to line up the shot, but I do miss. I know that I've hit him a few times, so I know he's going to be panicking and sort of hiding behind the truck since he knows I'm up there. Given that, I choose to be really aggressive and run down as quick as I can. If I push him whilst he's sort of hiding and scared, it's going to give me the advantage. I pull a grenade here, sort of just to put even more pressure on, and then I choose to run up to him. Turns out that my grenade actually killed him. Bit of a Kobe, but you know, sometimes that happens in Tarkov, and that's our first kill and we get a little bit of loot off him. So I just wanted to stress, once I hit that PMC and I knew he was going to be scared, he probably wasn't going to be moving since he thinks I'm up there. So I use that to my advantage and I really be aggressive and push him, running down and getting as close to him as I can. If you're getting shot, you're probably going to take cover since you know where it's coming from and you won't really have time to move. So he's not going to expect me to just rush him the way I did, and that's why I got the advantage. Anyways, after we loot that guy and we've already got a pretty full bag from looting Fortress, I choose to go into Mechanic so we can look at going towards RUAF just to make it a quick raid and get out with a little bit of loot. But we find and hear another PMC. So I hear him out towards my left, and I know he's probably heard me run in there. So what I choose to do is be really aggressive when I peek him, as you can see here. So this one was purely based off audio. I heard that he was there, and I assumed that he'd be watching the door, so I chose to just swing it and pre-fire that angle, and it worked out relatively well, so we get another easy kill. After we finish looting up the second guy, I'm pretty happy to just get out and run towards RUAF, so that's what we do. And then we hear another person that's sort of running from the big red side towards RUAF. At this point, I think it's best to just be patient. As you can see me, I'm crouching, sort of moving towards the left to get a better angle. He's got scavs aggroed at him and things like that, so he's probably not going to expect me to just be sitting here. And we blast him and get another easy kill right next to our extract. We quickly loot him up and we're right next to RUAF, which makes it really easy to get out. And I mean, that's a pretty good raid. We have 3 PMC kills and we survived. Let's get into the next one. In the very next raid, we spawn near Crack House, and what I plan to do is run towards RUAF and towards construction just to see if anybody spawns around there and we can get some very easy kills. Knowing the spawns on the map that you're playing is super important and helpful just so you can catch other PMCs off guard as soon as they spawn in. After we kill a scav from that location, I run in here just to be a little bit safer as I pack my mags, and I hear something on the other side of the wall. Initially, I wasn't sure if it was a PMC or a scav, but once we heard him shoot, we know it's a PMC and we know exactly where he is. What I choose to do, but fail, is to throw a grenade over the wall so I can be aggressive off it and push. But as you can see, our grenade was miles off, so in the end, we just decide to push him and get a very easy kill. Now the one thing I will say about that is even though that our grenade missed, by throwing it, he would have heard it being thrown and land, and as it exploded, that's when I chose to push to sort of mask my footsteps as I was pushing him. So I know for a fact that he was probably very distracted and wasn't going to get the jump on us, and we were able to very easily kill him. Alright, now the middle part of this raid was relatively boring. So my pathing was, I went through construction, checked towards skeleton, killed a few scabs, but I didn't really see or hear anyone. So then I decided to run towards fortress, because generally there's a bit of action going on over there, but to my surprise, no one was there as well. So I did my normal sort of loot run. I went into the dark room, looted the ground floor and things like that, got a full bag, and then I was planning to head towards Old Gas. So by spawning at Crack House, my best options for an extract are Old Gas, and if that's not up, then we have to run further to ZB12 and ZB11. So after we were finished looting at Fortress, I decided to go towards Old Gas. Now it's worth noting before I get there, that whilst I was looting, I did hear grenades going off from Old Gas. So going into there, I had the idea that there probably were PMCs around, and that's why I decided to play a little bit more cautiously rather than just running in. So I was right. As I approached and sat next to that wall, I heard somebody get up from a prone position, so I know that he's somewhere to my right. At this point, I'm probably thinking that he doesn't know where I am, so I choose to play this relatively slow and just crab walk whilst peeking the angle that he's in, and he eventually runs into us. After killing the first, I have to assume that there's more, so I reposition to the other side and quickly pack a mag, just in case we get into a bigger fight. We want to have as many bullets as we can. Not really much advice I can give on this one. I peeked over the fence just to sort of scan my surroundings and see if I could spot anyone else, and I saw that guy sort of sitting in that corner. As you could see, it took me about 2 or 3 seconds to really process that he was there, and we just sprayed him. He didn't move or shoot us, so it was a really easy kill. That's why it's always good to assume that there is one more, and not that you're just fighting a solo player. I sometimes make this mistake several times, where I kill one person, think he's alone, and rush in there, and I just die. At this point, I'm wondering if there is even more than the 2 that I just killed. So as you can see, I sort of go back and forth to try and confuse anyone else with the audio. I can't really decide if I want to go in through the back way in Old Gas, or if I want to do the jump over near the train, but in the end I decide to do the jump over, and well, you'll see what happens. Yep, there's always a third. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that video and found it helpful. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.